Hey football fans, thanks for tuning in for another segment of Hump Day Helmets. Your Thursday night matchup features an NFC South matchup between Atlanta Falcons, who are leading the league in heartbreaking losses, traveling to Carolina to face Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. And the New England Patriots coming off a controversial game where Cam Newton was benched and had multiple interceptions, travel to the first place Buffalo Bills, who actually have stability at quarterback and may look to take out decades worth of revenge on their division rival, the Patriots. Speaking of division rivals, the Minnesota Vikings travel to Green Bay, coming off a bye week where at least, hey, they didn't lose, to face the Green Bay Packers, who had a lopsided victory against the Houston Texans last week. And the one loss, coming off their first loss, Tennessee Titans will travel to Cincinnati to take on rookie quarterback Joe Burrow. They only have one win, but they also have one tie, so hey. The Las Vegas Raiders will travel to Cleveland to take on Baker Mayfield, coming off a huge performance where he beat the Cincinnati Bengals on a last-minute touchdown. Looks to be an interesting matchup for the Browns to see if they keep their winning ways. And former Wisconsin Badgers star running back Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts will travel to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions and Matthew Stafford, who won their game on literally the last play of the game last week against the Atlanta Falcons. And again, the Jets, Jets still stink. You have basically the worst team in the league, the 0-7 Jets, traveling to Kansas City to face the best team, defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 20, and that may be a low estimate at this point. Jared Goff and the Rams, coming off a big Monday night victory against the Bears, will travel to Miami, who's coming off their bye week and decided to replace their quarterback who had won the previous two games by double digits. They're going with the rookie Tua Tagovailoa. Whoa, it's a weird name. And then the biggest matchup of the week, interestingly enough, will be played at noon. There's a long-winded article explaining why it won't be flexed to Sunday night. Your undefeated Steelers, the last undefeated team, will be taking on their division rival Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Should be a great game. And then rookie quarterback Justin Herbert won his first victory as a starter with the Chargers over the Jags last week, and they'll be traveling to Denver to face a struggling Broncos team who had all kinds of trouble last week with Kansas City in the snow. And then two teams with similar records but opposite trajectories. The Saints, who have won a couple in a row, and Drew Brees will travel to Chicago to take on the Bears and their offense that looks really, really awful on Monday night. And then another big division matchup will be San Francisco coming off a huge win where they traveled to the East Coast to beat the New England Patriots against Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, looking to bounce back after an overtime loss to their division rival, the Arizona Cardinals, this week. And then really the trash game of the week looks to be the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Dallas to take on this year's so far dumpster fire Dallas Cowboys and the former Green Bay coach Mike McCarthy. Oddly enough, this game features teams that each have 2 wins and potentially could find themselves in first place at the end of the weekend in their division. And your last game of the week will feature Tom Brady and the Patriots. There it is, I knew it happened. And the Buccaneers traveling up the East Coast to face Danny Jones and the New York Giants, who also continue to find creative ways to lose. If you haven't seen the highlight of Daniel Jones running 80 yards only to fall over his own feet before getting to the end zone last week, it's worth looking up. The good news is the Giants still scored a touchdown, but it's a highlight that'll live on forever. Here's your bye week teams. The Arizona Cardinals coming off a huge win over Seattle. The Houston Texans and Jags are on bye, but their fans are all concerned they still might find a way to lose this week. And your Washington football team, coming off of a big win over the Dallas Cowboys, gets to have the week off. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of Hump Day Helmets.